Hi, I'm Kaz, and today we are doing a documentary on the paths that heal, and we are in no other than my local community, the town of Barry, and we are starting off with no other than the legend, our Jake Hudson, who had a crazy dream to make a health and wellness hub to help out the people in his local community and also the veterans. So come with me while we take a look around and have a chat with Jake. So I'm here today at the Health Hub with no other than the legend, Jake Hudson. Jake, tell us a bit about yourself, babes.
So, obviously, you just said my name is Jake Hudson. I run the Health Hub, which is based in Barry, in the centre of Barry on High Street. And the Health Hub is a wellness hub which offers a range of services, such as contrast therapy, Reiki, reflexology, massage, etc. But we opened the Health Hub because we just wanted to open something for the community and offer other terms of therapies.
Nice. Okay. So, obviously, I've known you for many, many years, Jay, all right? So I know everything about you, your story, why you started this. So can we go all the way back to the beginning of how your journey got you to the most amazing place in Barry?
Right, okay, yeah, we can, but I don't think we got enough time.
Listen, I've always got time for you, Jay, come on.
Okay, so it started off, I joined the Royal Navy at a young age, at 16 years old. We met not so long after.
Yeah?
And with that being said, that was my passion. My passion was to join the forces. I did that. I then obviously done my time in the Navy where I done several tours, and then my final tour, which was in Iraq.
Right, okay. How did you find that as a young age? Sorry to interrupt you. Just being in the Navy, was it just your life? Did you live and breathe it?
Loved it.
Everything you wanted
Loved
in life,
it.
yeah?
Loved it. Loved the challenge. Loved the focus of what I could be.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I was young. When you're a kid, you don't realise.
It was shaping you as a young man, wasn't it?
Yeah, but as well, when you're that age, there's no fear, there's no pressure. And I went in there as 16 years old. I was literally 3 months out of school. As soon as I had my GCSE,
3 months.
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And as soon as I left school, the last day I left school, I headed straight to the careers office. Didn't tell anybody, not even my father and my mother. Caught a train, £1.5 from Barry to Cardiff.
£1.5. I love that.
and I went straight to the careers office. Knew I was going to join the Royal Navy because my grandfather, Bill, he was in the Royal Navy.
Yeah.
So I knew what I wanted to do. However, looking back now, it's quite crazy.
Well, I've got a 15-year-old son who's finishing school this year, and the thought of everything that you just said terrifies the life out of me, that would be something that he would choose to go and do.
But honestly, if I'm honest, when I was in school, it wasn't for me. I just can't. If I was to look back now, my life started at 16. I can't remember school. I can remember being present, but I can't remember actually doing work. It just wasn't for me. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not a person that can put my head in a book and learn.
I get that.
But if you give me something to do, hands on, let's go.
I'm in there, 100%, yeah.
But like when I joined the Navy, it gave me purpose. It made me take control of what I wanted to become instead of being told, you can do this, you can do that. You can't do this, you can't do that.
Yeah.
However, I made the decision to do that. Looking back now, it was a massive decision.
Huge, that's what I said to you. Like, I've got a young boy, and if he made that decision, I don't know how he would get to that decision at such a young age.
But as well, now, if I look at the photo of when I passed out in the Royal Navy, honestly,
baby.
my son's 12 now, coming on 13.
Yeah.
I look younger than him.
You do. You look like a baby. I've seen it.
However,
we'll insert that picture.
However, it literally shaped me to the man I am today. But with all that being said, I loved every second of it.
Yeah.
It was my life. If I was to decide the way I wanted my life to shape out, I'd still be in there today. Now I'm coming up to. If I was still in there now, I'd be doing 24 years.
Yeah.
So I'd be coming to the end. However,
things took a different
turn. Yeah,
they
did.
Didn't they?
They
didn't
did.
Pan out like that.
Yeah, they did. And like my mother was diagnosed with cancer probably about halfway through my career in the Navy. So I think I'd done 5 years. But halfway through, she was diagnosed with cancer, which was a massive hit. But again, I got on with it. So I kept travelling back and forth to the Navy. I went on deployment. I'd done sea trials. But then my last tour was Iraq. Went to the Gulf, 2004, stroke 2005, Optelic 24. And unexpectedly, my mum had been given the all clear. But when I was out there, unexpectedly, my mum passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, babes.
So I was flown straight home. I was flown straight home from the Gulf to Oman, then went to Oman to Prague, and then got back to Heathrow. 24 hours before I was in the Gulf with an SA-80 in my hand.
So you had no downtime, no
Nothing.
depression, no
Nothing.
support
Nothing
to put
at
you
all.
back into society?
Nothing at all. And looking back now again, it's crazy. However, it is what it is.
Okay.
But that's when my world collapsed, so to speak. It was hard. It was a struggle because I was 21. Just lost my mother. On top of that, was in the forces, just come from a war zone. I was battling every emotion you could possibly think of, but I didn't admit that, and I tried to bury that in the back of my mind, which just snowballed and snowballed and snowballed.
So, with you basically being in denial of what was going on, how did you cope? What tools did you have back then to be able to cope? How did the army support you?
Right, so this sounds, it doesn't sound great, but I coped with anger. I coped with reacting. I coped with alcohol. I coped with drugs. Mm-hmm. At the time, it was recreational drugs. It wasn't a problem. But as well, my outlet was fighting.
Okay.
But I was never a person who looked for a fight, but I couldn't walk away from a situation. I was that person.
Yeah.
And I was just a ball of anger, which then led to me, whilst on leave now, for compassionate leave, which led to me getting into an altercation, which then led to me being convicted.
So let me just take you back in that there. When you say you came out of the army, they didn't support you at all with your grief. There was no counselling. There was nothing that was there in place to help you with the anger, how you felt about what had happened to you.
None at all.
Okay.
But I'm not saying that's their fault. I don't know if I wanted it. I don't know if I needed it. I don't know
Would
if
you have
that...
accepted it at that time?
I don't know. The honest answer is I can't tell you. However, I used to blame a lot of people, everyone, to be fair. Look, my actions are my actions, and I own them. Whatever I did, whatever I do going forward, it's my responsibility. And but at the time, right, let me be fair, let me be real with you. We wouldn't get away with it in this day and age. There's no way you'd be sent home from a war zone without being mental health checked. There's no way you'd be sent home unsupervised if your mother's just passed away. Never mind from the Gulf. Yeah, so there is flaws and there was faults.
So they weren't in place then, but they are now. Is that right or not?
Well, what frustrates me, and it frustrates the hell out of me, right, is I'm as you know, I like to help, I like to support. Previous company to this, I tried doing a program to where I support the youths in the Vale, and also support people in jail because I've been there. And when I went there and I realised, I got to know things that's happening now. They're telling me now there's a Section 4 veterans. They're telling me now there's mental health, obviously, checks. There was none of that.
Nothing for you. You were just treated like a civilian.
Well, I joined the Navy at 16 years old. 21, I flew home from the Gulf. 22, I was banged up in jail with normal convicts. Sorry. But that was the most scariest time of my life. That was the most scary.
I can see the little boy, not little boy, but the young man you were.
Losing my mother, fighting, going to war, joining the Navy at 16, easy. When I went to jail and I had to fit in, and that's nothing against the convicts, but all I know is 16 years old, I joined the forces, one of the most proudest moments of my life to this date, and then next thing you know I'm having to fit in and laugh to jokes I didn't think were funny. act the way I didn't want to act to fit in,
Yeah.
and even take drugs in jail, smoke weed, blah, 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 just to get by,
Just to
get through the day.
Through.
Which and I knew bit by bit I was falling apart.
You were unravelling as the
I
process
was
going
losing
through.
myself.
And how long were you there for?
18 months.
Wow.
But I was losing myself, and I could feel the proudness just leaving my body.
Yeah.
I could feel the goodness that I've done since I was 16 just going. And then it got to a point then to where it was gone, and I just thought, right, I'm here now, this is my life. And it took me maybe 15 years of sheer pain, grief, anger, disappointment to recognise that. But they do say though, not everyone can recognise it.
No,
so
too far.
I'm so blessed that I found the strength and courage to do that, and that's what's given me the purpose to do what I do now.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, the difference between you today to the 16-year-old boy that I knew is just, you wouldn't even put you in the same room.
No, not at all.
But I need
I've
to
still got the
ask,
same morals. I've still got the same loyalty and the same morals. Just a different person. Just
you were
the
very,
way.
when I say that,
Angry.
you were angry.
Oh yeah.
You were very angry
with
when
everyone,
you were young, yeah.
including I was angry with myself.
Yeah, more than anyone
which
else.
I took it out on everyone else.
Yeah.
But
So
I want to get this across though.
Go
I
on,
never
sorry.
once was a person to where I was a bully. I never
No.
once was a person to where I would do things to harm anyone.
no, you'd hurt yourself first.
Yeah.
You were always the person
Yeah.
who put yourself in pain before anyone else.
Yeah.
And I want to make that clear, that's not where I was going with
No,
that.
I know,
That's-
but I just want,
yeah,
because
yeah.
when you say angry, it's the 9
Yeah,
times
no,
out of 10.
people think that you were angry, but that's not what it was. It
yeah.
was a young man who was lost, needed help, needed your mum.
I just needed to be looked after
Yeah.
at that age. Because I got kids now, so I got a 19-year-old boy, love him with all of my heart. I got a 12-year-old boy, love him to bits.
And they're beautiful.
And I know how much I love them and what it does for them. And that's no disrespect to my parents. That's no disrespect to anyone that was in my journey, on my journey then. It just didn't happen.
Yeah.
It wasn't there.
Yeah.
And do you know what? It is what it is. I keep saying that. And I'm glad it was me that was chosen to be that person, because it's given me the strength today to walk forward. But when I'm walking forward, I'm taking people with me.
Oh, 100%.
Whoever's in that hole, I'm picking them up and I'm taking them. And if they don't want to be picked up, I'll pick them up again.
I'll
and if
come
they
and see you
stay,
again.
I
Yeah.
can't do no more.
Yeah.
But it's given me the strength to support people who need support.
Yeah.
Look, on the flip side of the hub and the flip side of everything that we spoke about today, my passion and my personal journey is veterans.
Yes.
I'm a veteran.
Of course, you are.
I'm a Royal Navy veteran, and for the first time in my life, I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
I recognise that. And with that being said again, it's give me drive to support veterans, because I know what it feels like to not be supported. And that's no disrespect to anyone that's trying to support veterans. That's no disrespect to anyone that's trying to do what they do. But I just know what it feels like to be left alone. I know what it feels like to feel alone. I know what it feels like to be angry about what we've done and feel like no one cares.
Yeah.
But I want to flip that as well. I used to think that for years until I got to where I am now, and I realised that was all me.
Yeah.
However, it still doesn't take away the fact of what I'm going to say. My mission in life is to support veterans, on top of supporting my family and on top of making whatever I do around me work. But the veterans is a big part of my life. I get a lot from it. There's a saying I come up with a while back, just said it in conversation: helping others helps me.
Yeah.
And before I don't want to come away from the health hub, because the health hub is community, and I'm supporting the community, and that helps me every single day.
Yeah.
But then my downtime or my release is to do whatever I got to do to support my veterans, and everything I do about that is going to be positive.
100%.
So we give the health hub now every single month, every last Tuesday of the month. Is free of charge to veterans.
So they can come to Barry and spend, how long is it, an hour, 2 hours?
Spend all day if you want, but the thing is, right, we set it up to where they come in, they can have the contrast therapy for an hour, which will be fully guided and coached if you've never done it before. But then also then you can go and use any other services like the pressotherapy, the arm pressotherapy, the leg pressotherapy. But as well, It's more to the point of they can be around their own. They can be around like-minded individuals. They can be in their own community, and we've created that day. Where the day is called the Hub for Heroes Veterans Wellbeing Day. It's on every last Tuesday of the month. It runs from 2 p.m. till 9 p.m.
It's completely free.
Completely free.
Wow.
And the reason we run them hours, right, is because there's Veterans Days or drop-ins at the moment, which are they put on in the middle of a day in a working week. Like,
it's not going to suit everybody.
Well, it's not, because if you think about it now, veterans now are not old guys in wheelchairs.
No. They're not what we used to think of.
And and I've been to veteran drop-ins and they're quiet. And the only reason I can get from the only thing I can think of about that is because people are working.
Yeah. 100%.
They got to keep the money coming in. They got to put bread on the table.
Of course, yeah.
And I know for a fact the pressures of life. Are you going to pick to go to have a Veterans Day, or are you going to jeopardise paying your bills?
You're going to pay your bills.
So what we've decided to do is put it on 2 till 9. Perfect. So that works.
So Jake, with all that said, what would you say to that 16-year-old boy now today?
Don't worry, mate. I got your back.
Yeah. And if you could put your arms around him and just tell him everything would be okay.
Well, it is okay.
Yeah?
It is okay, yeah.
Yeah. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Right, thank you. Well done. Right, with all that being said, you're going to show us the magic?
Let's go.
Let's go. Have a look around. So Jake, we're in the community room and I can see you've got some lovely volunteers here. Tell us what goes on in this room.
Yeah, so you just said it, community room. So the community room is a room which we offer therapies from inside the hub. So we offer pressotherapy, which is the arms and the legs. This
is a new addition, the arms though, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So we've had the legs running now for a couple of weeks, proven to be successful.
I've had to go myself, they're very, very good.
And then we've just introduced the arms, which is, there was a request for that, but also as well, everything that we got in the hub we try. So we try it before we bring it in. And it was something that worked for me, worked for people that work in the hub. So we definitely brought it here for that reason. And also as well, we know it's going to be beneficial for the people using the hub.
Yeah, of course, of course. So is it just for the therapy, or is this room, can it be hired for the community? What else can you expect from this room?
Yeah, so with this room now, okay, so the community room, it's called the community room because it's for the community to use. We do our own therapies in here, but also as well, this room's endless. We've got men's mental health on a Monday night by a company called Stand Tall. That runs every Monday, 6 till 8. On a Tuesday, this room is fully booked. And when I say fully booked, we offer this to a company, a charity called Recovery Cymru.
Yes, I've heard of them, yeah.
We're a wellness hub, okay, but that's where we're different, okay? We're not a hub that we just bring what wellness hubs have. Recovery Cymru use this room once a week. Every Tuesday, they have it from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. And Recovery Cymru are a charity that support people in addiction.
Yeah.
Addiction can be anything, okay? But the way it works, okay, for us, they approached us, we had a chat, we introduced it to the hub. It works. You get people walking in the hub using this room that's in addiction. They got no pressure. Yeah. They're walking through a place where no one knows what they're doing here, and they feel safe. But more importantly as well, the people giving the services from Recovery Cymru, Chad and Joe, they're in recovery as well.
Oh, brilliant.
They're on I think they're 2 or 3 years into their own recovery.
Yeah.
They're part of the family now.
Yeah. And I think that's important that you have people who've been through similar experiences, helping people who are in those experiences.
Well, that's what the hub stands for.
Exactly.
That's where the hub was born.
Yeah.
Obviously, downstairs, which we explained earlier, that's where the hub is from. The hub is from the heart. The hub is what we created from our own pain or our own experience. And it just fits, it aligned. But this room as well is, this is the room we use for the veterans once a month.
Okay.
This is where the veterans come, they have chats, they have one-to-ones, they have catch-ups, they use the pressotherapy. But that's what gave me the idea about the garden, because it's all on one level and veterans like to be outdoors.
Yeah, more than inside.
And I get that. And that's where we had the idea for the garden. But when I say, obviously, this is a community room, we needed to make sure it falls in line with what the community needs, but also they can use it. So this room here now, it's £10 an hour.
Which is really affordable for everyone who needs to use it.
And if you want it for the day, it's £50. You could have it for 23 hours and 59 minutes.
Because that 1 minute is shut.
But you can have that for the £50,
Yeah.
okay? Because it all falls in line with looking after our community
Of course.
and making sure we're doing what's right. But yeah, this room is magic. There's so much that happens in here. The veterans, if a veteran comes in on a day that's not the veterans' wellbeing day and says they need support, which happens,
Yeah.
I will make sure this room is free for Abby, who's the Armed Forces Liaison Officer, who I work very closely with. I will book this room out, make sure it's free, and I'll get them support on that day.
That's amazing.
And it all works in line.
Yeah, yeah. I really think that's such an important part of the community as well. So do you do any classes in here or anything along those lines as well?
Yes, so on a Tuesday, sorry, let me think. No, on a Wednesday and a Thursday and a Friday morning, we have yoga.
Oh, wow.
So that's in here every single week. And also, we did have a book club in here,
Okay.
but the girls decided it wasn't for them. And I'm gonna let you into a little secret.
Go on.
I double booked them. So they go into it somewhere else, because this room is being used for the men's mental health on a
Yes.
Monday.
Right.
But
right.
which we feel is the best thing for the community.
Of course, yeah, yeah. Okay. So this is your community room, but it's not all you've got up here, is it?
No, not at all. This is just obviously one room. But if you walk out of the room and go to the end of the corridor, we've got a range of therapies and well-being. So we've got a hair salon and a nail bar. The hair salon is run by the nail girl, which is my wife. And then you've got Salon Revive, which is run by, she's like my sister, but it's a very good friend, our best friend Sam. And then we've got, across the way, we've got a therapy room, which is fully booked throughout the week. And that's run, in there we've got a nutritional therapist, which is run by Tess. We've got, on a Tuesday and Wednesday, we've got Leah, who does massage by Soulpathy. And then on a Thursday and Friday, we've got Reiki, which is done by Helen. It's Reiki by Helen. And then one thing that's close to my heart, as you probably noticed now, the community. We did have a plan to maximise that space, but I wanted to give this space to someone who needs it. So we come up with a plan of, there's kids today now going to college, and they obviously do their qualifications, but then they got to go out into the big bad world.
Yeah.
And that's where they fail.
Yeah.
Because one, employers haven't got the time to train them up. Two, there's not enough people out there to take these people on, and there's not enough work. And three, that's where it all falls down. That's where these kids then lose interest. And where they've studied for so long, they go and do something else. So me, Ian and Helen had a discussion. It was something that I wanted to do. And we put a system in place where we offer that room to someone who's just come out of college. And it's Leah at the moment. She's a beautician, and she does eyelashes and, she does eyelashes and brows. And she has that room free of charge.
That's incredible, because there is a massive gap, because of, obviously with COVID and whatever, they missed out on such a big part of their education.
Massive.
And it knocked a lot of people's confidence. So to have somewhere like that they can actually use is really important. So,
definitely.
yeah.
But as well, with my old life and my old industry that I worked in, I see so many kids failing at the start. And also as well, I got a 19-year-old son, and I see how much he worries. The world we live in now is different to when we was kids.
100%.
So if I can just give them a little bit of hope and direction,
and a space to grow.
well, that's it.
Yeah.
And it's not. And bottom line is, right, it's about the kids. It's about them. But ultimately, then they're going to go away and said that I started at the health hub.
Yeah. Okay, so you've shown us upstairs and what amazing work you do. Can we please go down and have the tour?
Of course you can. Let's go.
Come on then, you show me around. So, this is where all the magic happens. But I'm actually stood on something called the vault.
Vitality Vault.
Yeah.
So this is the hub. This is the contrast therapy which we brought to Barry. This is the first idea. So this is the sauna area.
Right.
And then if we go through there, we got the ice plunges. So in the hub, we've got traditional sauna and we got an infrared sauna. They're both totally different machines. They both work obviously alongside each other, and especially with the therapies that we offer.
Okay, perfect. So this is your traditional, and what is, I know the benefits of the traditional, but what's the benefits of the infrared?
So just to compare both, okay, so traditional sauna is a surface heat, it's a wet heat. Infrared, totally different machine. So this is a dry heat and it's a deep heat.
Okay.
So the benefits from this are inflammation, circulation, helps with inflammation, circulation, muscular, prevention of injury. It's a deep healing infrared sauna.
So that's why you've got the two different types.
Yeah, and it hits, both saunas will hit you at different angles, give you different therapies, but put them both next to each other. They complement each other, especially when you add the water, which is the shock element.
Okay, so I've come in as a newbie. Talk me through what I can expect when I come through these doors.
So everyone that comes to the hub, we offer obviously the full guidance, as I said earlier. We offer the support and guidance. As soon as you walk in, we're going to put you through a reset session. On the reset session, it involves 3 saunas, 2 dips.
Oh.
Everything's done on timings, so you'll be guided through the full first session. And we leave you to it, and then we come and get you at the end of each time, and we will put you through that session. So the first session, if you're coming to the hub for the first time, the first session would involve starting in the traditional sauna for 12 to 15 minutes. Then I take you through to the ice plunge, and you'd have a dip.
Okay.
Minimum of 1 minute, maximum of 4. We put you through there. We start you low, so it helps build your tolerance. Everyone that uses the equipment, we guide them through everything. We make sure they're aware of everything that's happening, but more importantly as well, we help them and tell them what benefits they're going to be getting each and every stage, okay?
Perfect.
After the first dip, we then bring you out and we put you in the infrared. The infrared, like I said, is a totally different machine. You'd have 12 to 15 minutes in this one. After that's done, we bring you out, go and take you through for another dip.
Show me through them.
So, as you can see, we've got 2 ice baths. 2 ice baths, they're identical, exactly the same. The only difference is temperature.
Okay.
So in here, you'd have an ice bath that's 6 degrees and 8 degrees. That's the only difference. With the heat, they will feel colder.
Of course, yeah, because it changes the temperature.
And what I do, everyone that comes to the hub, okay, we make sure, one, they're safe. They feel safe. They feel there's no pressure.
Because it can be very...
Oh, well, there's no joke. When you get into cold water at that temperature, okay, it's no joke. So we make sure everyone, first and foremost, feels safe.
Yeah.
We guide them through. So we take them through a 3-stage process. So it's stage 1, what you do before you get into the water. Stage 2, how you get into the water, how to stay in the water, and how to and what to do to stay in the water, and how to get out.
Yeah.
Stage 3, what you do when you get out. So within them 3 stages, okay, yeah, we talk them through the stages before they actually do it on their first session, and then we go through it. By the end of the hub session, the reset sesh, you will know how to handle and treat cold water. Yeah. But more importantly, you'll know how to get the benefits yourself.
Perfect.
It's about the health hub, okay? That it is about the health hub, but most importantly, from what I've said all day, it's about the community. Yeah. So we're teaching the community other means of self-care whilst using cold water, but also being able to go and do it wherever they go.
That's perfect. So you could come here, have the lesson of how to do this, and then you'd know how to go into waterfall walks, wherever, or sea dips, whatever. So
well, that's what I set out from the start. Is teaching the community and other people how to look after themselves, other than the ways they already know. Yeah. And this I know is powerful because it saved my life. So I'm just trying to give it or educate people on how to do it. And do you know what? Since we've been open, there's a lot of people that walk through that front door, and 99% of them, I reckon, that's never done cold water are nervous. Yeah. I think I can hand on heart say 99% of the people that's walked out would come back, do it again, and they get what we're talking about. Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. Done it myself. Thank you, Jake. You're welcome. It's wonderful. So that's not all you've got left to show us, though, is there? You know, we have one more jewel that you've been working on secretly behind the scenes. Do you want to come and show us? Why not? Let's go, after you. Wow. Wow. So
Talk us through what's going on out here.
So as you can see, it's a garden, but this is what it's all about. This is the Veteran Safe Space Garden. We created this space as a safe environment for veterans to use on a Veterans Wellbeing Day. But on the flip side of that, okay, when the veterans are not using it, the community can come and use this space. And as you can see, Hub for Heroes, which is done, this mural here is unreal, which has been done by Dan and Kieran, totally free of charge in their own time. They run their own business, and they give their own time to come and do this for the veterans and for the Hub. And as you can see,
it's incredible. Dan
and Kieran from Beloved Borough, they have nailed it. And I think when people come out here, they'll know it's more than a garden.
Yeah, 100%.
This means something.
So yeah, I'm blown away because I saw this when it was nothing without the roof.
Well, I think the tree was by here.
Yeah.
And it went all the way up.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And you have, again, had a vision, brought it to life, and you should be very proud of yourself.
Yeah, so we're a couple of weeks away now, I reckon, a week away, and we're going to open this to the veterans and the general public. And I just want to thank every single person who's supported the journey, and I promise you I will do whatever I can to make it work for the veterans.
And I don't doubt that for 1 second. So Jake, I just want to say thank you so much for having us along today. It has been one of the best days ever, and you were a massive inspiration to myself and the community. So thank you very, very much. And also to the
veterans community.
Correct.
From a young age, I struggled to find my place, sitting in class, just a face in the space. The words on the board never sank in deep. I was awake, but my mind fell asleep. I left school with grades that didn't define me, but I found purpose, the Navy would guide me. At 16, I wore the badge with pride. For a while, I felt alive inside. Then life hit hard out in the Gulf Seas. I lost my mum, dropped to my knees. Grief turned to anger, guilt my chains. I drowned my heart in numbing pain. Drugs and drink became my shield from a war inside that never healed. Days blurred out, I lost my way, until I almost threw my life away. My wife, my boys, my reason to stay, Kim, Jack and Will, they showed me the way. Their love was the light through the darkest rain and gave me strength to face my pain. One day I spoke my truth, my fight, and the small act brought back the light. Nearly 1 year sober, standing tall, I faced my demons, I faced them all. Now I know the cure I find is helping others heal their mind, because when I lift someone who is down, I feel my feet lift off the ground. And now I walk with purpose and pride, knowing I serve my country keeps me strong, supporting veterans and those in need gives me purpose and the strength I need. Peace of mind is not a dream, it's what you find when you finally scream. I need help, and I let it out. That's what life is all about. Mental health is a silent killer, but when you speak, you become the healer. And if my story helps one soul begin healing, then I've already found my peace within. Final note, thank you to everyone who helped. Thank you to the veterans that come in, and thank you to everyone who's supporting this journey. Let's go.
You shot it out, but I can't hear a word you say. I'm talking loud, not saying much. I'm criticized, but how your bullets ricochet. Shoot me down, but I get up. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Far away, ricochet. You take your aim. Far away.
So the walk has begun for the day, and look how beautiful it is. We are ready.
help us through the journey. We got a, how long? 7-hour walk today?
Roundabout.
7 hours, 20 miles. So if you could jump on a 12, give us some encouragement, and we'll have a laugh.